Hey everyone, welcome to episode 5 of 0 to 50K. In this series, I've been taking you along on my journey as I train for my first 50K, first ultra, first trail race. And the race is tomorrow. It's pretty surreal that I'm already here, but I wanted to take some time to recap my training leading up to the race and to also share my goals for the race. Training-wise, I looked back at this cycle. I worked for about 10 weeks towards this goal, and I got in about 550 miles. For my typical marathon, I do about 14 weeks, and I get in just over 700 miles. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous, feeling kind of underprepared. I've only done one 20-plus mile run, but I prepared in different ways. So one of the things that I really did differently this training cycle was having 2 back-to-back hard days twice a week, so 4 kind of longer days that helped me really work through running on fatigued legs and getting used to just being tired. So Tuesdays I did kind of a 9 to 10 mile speedier, faster run on the roads, followed by a 14 to 16 miler on Wednesday. And up until this point in my training, I've never done more than a 12-mile run in the middle of the week. So I'm happy that I kind of conquered that midweek long run. The other hard back-to-back days were Friday and Saturday. Friday I would do a 6 to 10 mile trail run, and trails really ripped me up. So I was pretty tired going into a long run on Saturday. Those ranged from 14 to 22 miles. And I feel like those really built up a lot of confidence in me because the long runs on the road the following day continued to get faster and faster, despite being tired from the trail run. So that was pretty cool to see. In the last video, I talked about a big week that I had coming up, and that was a 10-mile trail run followed by my 22-mile long run. On the trail run for the 10-miler, I went out and I started feeling pretty fatigued from the start, which was kind of abnormal. I noticed I was wheezing, and I ended up waking up the next day with some common cold symptoms. So I did not do my 22-miler the day after the 10-miler. I rested instead, and it worked because I woke up on Sunday and I felt good. So I went out for the 22-miler, decided to just see how it went, took it mile by mile, and I had the best 20-plus miler I've ever had since running marathons. And that was pretty cool. It really made me feel confident and like I wanted to kind of keep moving forward with training after the 50K, and that I would really want to do a marathon. However, in the last couple of weeks, coronavirus has kind of taken over. They've canceled lots of races. Travel has been kind of suspended, and everything feels like it's in flux, and I feel very, not nervous, but just like it's not a good time for me to commit to anything, and to kind of see how the next couple weeks go with everything, to see if a marathon is an option, or to see if I'll just stay local and do some shorter distance races, maybe focus on the half marathon. So that's still kind of undecided for me. But right now, my goal is to focus on the 50K because it's tomorrow. So my goals for the race tomorrow are very simple. I mean, I literally only have one goal, and that is to finish. It feels very much like I'm running my first marathon, where you have no expectations of time, you really don't know where you're at, and you just want to get to the finish line and hope you don't die. So that is my ultimate goal. And I think in the back of my mind, I probably have some other goals, like looking at the top female finish times. They range from 5 to 5:30 in the last 10 years. So I would love to finish in that time, potentially get top 3 female. That would be really awesome, and I think that's kind of a good side goal to have, but ultimately the goal is to finish. The other thing that I really do hope to gain, and I've talked about this quite a bit, is the mental strength from being out there for a long time, pushing through serious onset of pain that's going to happen over the 5+ hours I'll be out there. And I really hope that this will help me in my marathons because, like I said at CIM, the last 4 to 5 miles, I really mentally gave up. I get into this mindset that the goal doesn't matter anymore, that all of my people will still love me whether I get this goal time or not. Why is it that important to me? And I want to get out of that mindset. So I'm hoping that being in that pain for a much longer period of time tomorrow will really help me kind of welcome it and be more okay with it, be more okay with working through it and continuing to move forward despite it. So I am really just excited to see what this does for me going forward. I will definitely be keeping trails in my training on a regular basis because I really enjoyed this experience, and I think it's just a really good thing to have in my training. So I will continue to do that. I will make sure to check in with you guys after the race and recap how things went, but I really appreciate you following along, and thanks for watching.